everyone, I'm Leah Rodenberg, Commission Chair with Volunteer Iowa. Welcome to the 2021 Virtual Governor's Volunteer Awards. We are so excited to welcome awardees, nominees, family, and friends for this year's special recognition event. We hope you've enjoyed the slideshow highlighting some of the amazing people we're honoring this year. While this ceremony is a bit different, we are thrilled to be able to recognize so many hardworking and dedicated volunteers today. At Volunteer Iowa, we say volunteering improves lives and strengthens communities, and this group of awardees is a shining example of our vision of service. As volunteers, you lifted up your communities and our state during one of the most difficult times we've seen. We thank you for your dedication and service through the pandemic, the derecho, and beyond. And now it is my privilege to introduce our governor, the Honorable Kim Reynolds, to kick off the awards. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the 37th Annual Iowa Governor's Volunteer Awards, honoring 2020 and 2021 awardees. It's always a privilege to recognize the service of Iowans, but this year's celebration is especially significant because it comes in the wake of one of the most difficult times in Iowa's history. We faced not one, but two far-reaching crises, and each of you answered the call to serve when it was needed the most. As we continue to recover from the pandemic and the derecho, it is truly an honor to celebrate that selfless dedication to service. I'm here first and foremost to express my sincere gratitude to each of you on behalf of all Iowans. I'm amazed at the creativity and the perseverance this year's awardees have shown in their volunteer work. Through periods of isolation and uncertainty, you found innovative ways to support and to sustain one another. You donated and delivered food, PPE, and essential supplies to the most vulnerable Iowans. You shared vaccination information online, and you even found ways to conduct vital fundraisers, community meetings, and mentoring virtually. You cleaned highways and tree-damaged streets and homes, and you provided shelter, services, and education to our seniors and our children. In other words, even the worst disasters couldn't stop you from showing up to hospitals and clinics, to schools, food banks, homes, libraries, and community centers. Despite the toughest of times, each of you dedicated yourselves to something greater and growing and strengthening your commitment to your neighbors and our state. And that spirit of service is what we cherish most in Iowans and what we're here to celebrate today. By volunteering, you've contributed to a healthier, more resilient Iowa, and we are grateful and will feel your impact for years to come. You know, this year marks nearly 40 years of these ceremonies in Iowa, and today we're recognizing nearly 800 individuals and organizations who were nominated by their communities for their exemplary service in every corner of the state. And that's over 250 cities and towns. We're also recognizing several organizations and individuals who served their communities from 5 to 40 years for an incredible combined total of 2,989 years. And finally, a special thank you to all of the nominators and area coordinators who took the time to acknowledge the volunteers in their community. This ceremony, it absolutely could not happen without you. So my heartfelt congratulations and gratitude to all of the awardees. You've earned it this year like never before.
Welcome and congratulations to all awardees, nominators, and friends and family here today. I want to echo Leah's and Governor Reynolds' comments and extend my most sincere gratitude for the incredible service that we've seen from Iowans these past few years. You've shown us the best of yourselves in this state. As part of this administration's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, I served as chair of the Feeding Iowans Task Force, where we saw the impact of volunteers every day across this state, stocking pantries, packaging and delivering meals and emergency supplies, harvesting and rescuing healthy food for donation, recruiting more volunteers and vital donations, and more. We heard from so many nominators about volunteers who never faltered, who kept showing up, often multiple times a week, to ensure families were fed, animals cared for, and that Iowans got the help they needed. I want to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to all the volunteers who stepped up and adapted their service to meet the needs of Iowans over the past year. You've made a difference in your organization, in your greater community, and across this state, and it's a privilege to be able to recognize you today. It's my honor to present the awardees by region for this year's ceremonies. This is one of the few times in the history of the Governor's Volunteer Awards that we're able to recognize awardees all in one ceremony. As the Governor said, nearly 800 individuals and groups. We wish we could be with you all and thank you in person, but we do appreciate the unique opportunity to recognize each of you today. For the first time, we'll be hearing from different speakers here in a minute about the unique service regions across the state, after which we'll present the awardees for each region. So without further ado, let's hear more from each of our regions about the amazing service that we're recognizing here today.
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here today to celebrate the Governor's Annual Volunteer Awards. I'm Ron Steele of KWWL Television, and I'm on the set of KWWL News right now to help get things started here today. Celebrating volunteerism in Iowa is one of my favorite endeavors. Our communities are so fortunate to have people of all ages from every corner of the state giving of their time and talents to support organizations, people, and the great things happening in our great state of Iowa. You know, over the years, I've had the privilege of helping out many organizations like the United Way and the Sullivan Brothers Veterans Museum, just to name a couple. But throughout the past year, we've seen something quite different. Iowans have truly stepped up, given back, and become part of their communities in ways that we've never seen before, from sewing face masks in the early days of the pandemic to delivering daily meals to those Iowans so in need. You know, innovative volunteerism at work at its very best. Now, here in Iowa, we are honoring 170 awesome groups and individuals celebrating their volunteer efforts in areas like health, the environment, disaster recovery, senior connections, just to name a few. For example, 9 individual volunteers and 1 organization have provided countless hours of support to the Northeast Iowa Area Agency on Aging. These volunteers are leaders like Ron and Jack, making sure that everyone on their daily meal delivery route gets what they need on a daily basis, especially during the pandemic. And how about Jerry, who is always willing to step in whenever and wherever needed? Judy and Deb provide longtime support with smiles along the way. And Rem Iowa, Paul and Rachel providing cheerful and helpful assistance throughout the agency's service area. Locally, we're celebrating 98 group awards and 37 individuals from 44 communities across Northeast Iowa. These volunteers represent a cumulative 500 years of service to the communities that they serve. That is simply incredible. Also today, a great big thank you to Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, Lieutenant Governor Adam Gregg, and of course, Volunteer Iowa for recognizing the need to celebrate volunteering as Iowans support one another year after year. And thank you to the Northeast Iowa Regional Organizer of the Governor's Volunteer Awards, that's Lauren Fink, and the Volunteer Center of the Cedar Valley. Together with my team right here at KWWL, it's an honor to be with you here today to celebrate the great work of all who give back to the state of Iowa. And congratulations to all of the honorees of the Governor's Volunteer Awards.
And now, presenting the 2020 and 2021 awardees for Northeast Iowa.
Greetings from Storm Lake. I'm Dr. Brian Lenzmeier, president at Buena Vista University. We are honored to be a part of the Governor's Volunteer Awards, a tradition encouraging selfless service across Iowa dating back nearly 4 decades. BVU has been delighted to host these award ceremonies, doing this for Northwest Iowa service givers in the past. We've been thrilled to see a wide range of BVU Beavers cited by the Governor for good works on campus, good works that are done within our greater community and beyond. Above all, that is what means the most to us. The fact these awards, coordinated by Volunteer Iowa, encourage the spirit of volunteerism, the dedication of time, and the intention to make our world a better place for others. At BVU, we practice our motto, Education for Service, a mantra that's become a part of our very DNA. Our most popular, if not oldest tradition on campus is Beatification Day, a time when BVU faculty, staff, and students join forces for a day that's dedicated to working for the betterment of others. We roll up our sleeves on Beatification Day. We clean entire swaths of Storm Lake, cutting, raking, hauling away a winter's worth of leaves, branches, etc., readying our city's vast network of lakeside parks for spring and summer activity. We paint, we scrub, we beautify areas of campus and places around Storm Lake and BV County, tasks that we've undertaken for 108 years. We form fun lines of production as thousands of nutrition packets and hygiene kits are assembled for distribution at our local partners like Upper Des Moines Opportunity. Our teams and clubs on campus each tackle a specific project and marshal their forces to improve our community. Beatification Day sets the tone for an annual giving effort that rises to more than 65,000 hours of community service devoted by BVU Beavers every single year. We work to aid others in need, caring for animals in shelters, offering enthusiastic high fives to students on Friday mornings when they get into school. We visit our community assisted living facilities. We provide a smile and a warm presence. We offer our skills as translators in settings like vaccination clinics. We read with our youngest learners and serve as mentors for young people who are navigating their paths as teens. We work at BVU to make a difference for the community while making lasting impressions on hearts and minds of our students, in the hope and in the reality that one day soon they will do the same for the people in the places where they live, work, in the places, the communities that they build. And thank you to Volunteer Iowa for hosting these wonderful events. This is a great opportunity to recognize the people who've given the most to their communities. Have a great ceremony.
And now, presenting the 2020 and 2021 awardees for Northwest Iowa.
Hello, I'm Beth Malicki from KCRG TV9 serving Eastern Iowa. To all of you recipients of the 2021 Governor's Volunteer Awards, congratulations. This last year, you really stepped up in ways that so many didn't or couldn't, and that made all the difference. I imagine many of you could have said, no, not this year, not this time. Let the call just go to voicemail unreturned. Stop checking email, crawl back under the covers and refuse to figure out Zoom, or how to sew a mask yourself, or wield a chainsaw after the storm unlike any other. It's almost hard to fathom all we have faced, and it's inspiring to see all of you who overcame the unimaginable. And yet you did it without compensation. I bet many times without appreciation. Your altruism can lead to lonely, even frustrating moments. But the payoff, the real check, is no check at all. It's in the neighbor who got a meal when she didn't have electricity for 10 days. It's the older stranger who might have missed meals for months if not for your efforts. It's the animals who would have languished and suffered had you not stepped up. Well, whether you volunteer with a charity or a faith group or support government groups with your time, you all share something. Your life is richer. You've gained insight and understanding about people and systems in your community. And in turn, you changed. Hopelessness and cynicism cannot take root, for you've seen how others can change and improve. You've learned how complex poverty is, how much a natural disaster damages more than trees and roofs. It steals a sense of safety. How a pandemic can sow misinformation, but nothing is as powerful as the truth and love. How kindness, food, and support can not just change a current condition, but the future. The more you volunteered, the more you changed as well, all for the better. And while you didn't ask for today's award and acknowledgement, you deserve this and more. Iowa is better, safer, and happier because of you. Because you rose with the sun or stayed up until PM turned into AM to make sure the work got done. You found a way to collaborate when we couldn't be within 6 feet of each other. And maybe you too had derecho damage, but you still left your dark home to make sure someone else felt the light of hope. I'm gonna ask you to do something. Shout your acknowledgement from the rooftops, which these days means post it on social media. Let fellow Iowans and beyond know that you received this honor. You deserve the gratitude, and the entity you volunteer for will also receive some much needed attention and accolades. I knew I'd convince you if I mentioned those others. But know this, your selflessness deserves a standing ovation. From all of us at KCRG TV9 and beyond, thank you. And I want to say a special thanks to Kathy Wakehoff as she retires. She helped coordinate the Governor's Volunteer Awards for the Eastern Iowa region for a decade and was diligent and effective to the point we're a little worried about next year. She has served on multiple boards to support literacy, harnessing the power of retired Rockwell employees and helping those with a cancer diagnosis hold on to hope. And her family at College Community School District, where she led with her heart and moved mountains with her mind, are so proud of her legacy. Congratulations on many jobs well done, Kathy.
And now presenting the 2020 and 2021 awardees for East Central Iowa.
Hello, I am Dr. Matt Thompson, President of Indian Hills Community College, with campuses in Ottumwa and Centerville. I'm happy to be here today to share some volunteer highlights for Iowa's Southeast region. Southeast Iowa is recognizing 55 individuals in 39 groups who conducted outstanding service in 2020 and 2021. Of these, we have 28 length of service awardees who are marking over 450 cumulative years of service in the region. Volunteers in Southeast Iowa have dedicated countless hours of service to assisting seniors, providing essential support in hospice and healthcare, performing environmental service such as highway cleanup and local weather monitoring, and lifting up our arts and cultural offerings. From Albia to Keokuk, we've felt your presence and commitment to this region. On behalf of Southeast Iowa, thank you all for your dedication and service to your communities, and congratulations on your awards today.
And now, presenting the 2020 and 2021 awardees for Southeast Iowa.
Hello everyone, I'm AJ Lyman, a commissioner with Volunteer Iowa, a former AmeriCorps member, and a proud Southwest Iowa native. I'm excited to talk about some of the service we saw for the Council Bluffs and Southwest Iowa region. We are recognizing 33 groups and 16 individual awardees this year. Awardees were nominated for service ranging from transporting and aiding veterans and seniors, coaching youth soccer, rain or shine, cleaning up highways, all the way to beautifying and preserving our main streets and incredible state parks for generations to come. With our length of service awards alone, we are honoring over 227 years of service in this region. It's a privilege to share all the ways our region is stepping up and serving others. Thank you all for all that you do, and keep up the great work.
And now, presenting the 2020 and 2021 awardees for Southwest Iowa.
Hi, my name is Ashley Allen, and I'm the Central Iowa Coordinator for the Governor's Volunteer Awards. The Central Iowa region of the Governor's Volunteer Awards has an astounding amount of nominations for the 2020-2021 year. Central Iowa has 78 groups and 69 individuals nominated, with a total length of service of 12 years and 36 years, respectively. These groups and individuals have volunteered in our community in many different areas. Many have overcome fears of the COVID-19 pandemic in order to make sure that our community is well taken care of. A few key areas of service this past year are Adopt a Highway, Golden Dome, Meals for the Heartland, Disaster Relief, Youth Services and Support, and many others. Countless lives have been changed because of these volunteers. On behalf of Central Iowa, I would like to thank every individual and group that has served our local community. You are what makes our community strong and united. Our community is a better place because of all of you. Thank you for your strength, determination, and compassion towards those that you have helped.
And now, presenting the 2020 and 2021 awardees for Central Iowa.
Hi, my name is Cherian Koshy, and I'm the incoming chair of Volunteer Iowa. Thank you so much for being part of this ceremony as we recognize all the deserving group and individual awardees. As we bring this ceremony to a close, we again extend our sincere thanks. We celebrate your service and what it has given back to all of us: resilience, strength, and connection through an incredibly difficult year. As the incoming chair of Volunteer Iowa, I hope to continue to extend this tradition of volunteerism that makes Iowa such a great place to live, work, and play. To this exceptional group of awardees, thank you again for your service.